The pressure to the downside is real, and it could be an indication of a red Friday ahead. The post-market hours price action printed a bearish formation, and this asset is sitting at a critical support. If this support is broken, a downside can be expected. Let's pop open the charts for a true edge. Welcome back to the channel on this Thunder Thursday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol SPY. Let's kill him, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive into ticker symbol SPY, and what we're observing here is the hourly chart and the 5-minute chart. So let's go ahead and just pop open the chart here on the hourly time frame, and then we'll move on to that immediate short term, right? So I want to point out here that we do have a print of a bearish formation right over here, right? So what you're observing is actually, a bearish engulfing. While it's not the greatest setup in the world, meaning that we didn't have a immediate short-term upside followed by the print of this, it's still, however, a red candle engulfing the prior green one, right? So, yeah. And that being said, we're also closing this hourly iteration beneath the mean here, right? The mean is actually, from this mean, we actually expanded, right, about a 2 standard deviation multiplier from this mean. That was actually here, right? And then we started topping out at this area here. And then we actually combated that mean, failed it, validated it, and moved 2 standard deviations to the opposing side. Now, what you're seeing here is actually a potential, I don't like this wick here, but yeah, you have a potential 3 white soldiers formation presenting a potential pullback, right? And now you're failing that mean, which means that we can actually get a potential pullback to 2 standard deviations away from this 476.10. And that is conveniently located at the opposing side of the linear regression bands, right? So it is confluent to the target of about 473.56, which could happen with an hourly closure beneath this mid band here. Since we closed inside of the mid band, there could be an upside validation first. Okay, so that means that we could make the upside happen here to around 476.11, and then we could actually capitulate. All right, it is a bearish formation printing in the hourly time frame. It's not guaranteed that we can actually get that upside there, but it is still okay. All right, and good to consider here for probabilities. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on here and take a look at the immediate short term, the 5-minute time frame, right? So let's just pull this up and see what we have here. Okay. Yeah, so price action here, this little blue shaded area, if you could barely see it here, this is the post-market hours, and you can see price action, had a high here before market close into the power hour, right? It had a high of around 476.99, almost 477, after before printing a pretty large bearish engulfing formation here, which had price action continue to the downside. Now, what you're looking at here is the failure. This is the failure of the SMA 50 teal blue line, the SMA 200, and more importantly, the EMA 200, right? So this is the first clean closure that we have below that EMA 200. Now, notice how we haven't actually retraced to validate the resistance of it. It doesn't have to happen, but sometimes it is good to kind of consider that potential, right? So go ahead and notice right there that we have that 475.74 resistance. So let's see in the hourly chart, 475.74 is pretty close to 476.10, right? So we were talking about a potential retracement to that top. So 475.74, we're going to go ahead and mark it off here in the hourly time frame, right? So 475.74 right there to that 476.10. This is the area where we could actually start to see a potential retracement, right? Now, if we do close some candles above the 476.10, then we could actually make our way back up to the top here at around 477. What would that be? Around 477.25, right? So, it's a possibility. Not saying that it's there, right? But it is a potential. Okay, but I'm kind of a little bearish. The markets, they could be correcting here. And they could be, following a continuation of this distribution phase. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at momentum here. But before we do so, team, I want to point out that we absolutely nailed in the last 3 days. I believe it's been 8 total trades, and I believe 2 misses. So I think we have six total green trades and 2 red trades over the last 3 days. So we're massively up in the positions, and we're continuing, right, team? So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because on the top right of your screen here, I'm gonna go ahead and add the Discord link right around now. It's 5 minutes and 40 seconds ish. So I'll go ahead and add the link to the Discord, and I want you to go ahead and consider joining that because we are trading the markets every day. Well, I'm there just a few minutes before market open at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, and we are doing our little dance, right, and making sure that we can actually stay green, price action down or up. All right, team. So very much appreciate that. And I love that the team is growing so big, right? So I'm going to still be streaming tomorrow, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be streaming for the guided plays into Monday. Okay, so make sure to get back into the Discord because that's where I will be continuing the guided plays. All right, team. So let's take a look at momentum here. So hourly time frame RSI is presently finding resistance 2 times from this SMA 14, right? Arguably, we are at the gravitational zone here, so that there could be this could actually show a short-term time frame upside followed by a resistance of this SMA 14 and the opposing side's gravitational zone, and then we would fail again. All right, so that's it's actually pretty reminiscent over what we're talking about here. Potential retracement into the area of around 475.74 into 476.10 before a continuation. So that may be shown here in momentum. Immediate short-term time frame momentum, 5-minute time frame. It is, I mean, it's it is technically in a kind of a nosedive here, right? So let's just see if we could get a little correction here for a setup. We just need to know what the price is going to do. Where are we going to be guided? And then we'll react as so, right? Because we're ambidextrous traders. We're able to trade the upside and the downside and maintain ourselves green on the portfolio, right? So I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. So you know what? Actually, I mentioned this in the prior video, but I'll go ahead and mention it here now, right? So I'm actually going to present to you this this indicator. I want to know if there's any interest in this, right? Because this is the first ARCa Bulls proprietary script. It does have buy and sell conditions, but what's different here is that I've actually coded a type of momentum band in the background that shows you the strength by brightening the colors of green and or red, right? So in this case, you can see here that it was almost a transparent green until it started getting a little brighter, and then brighter, right, to display strength, right? And it'll start turning red or whatever, and then you get this official red print, and then you get a sell signal, but you start to get the warnings before it by these momentum bands. So this is actually a brand new script that I haven't even prepared yet for actual release. But let me know in the email arcabulls@gmail.com. Let me know if this is something that you would be that you would consider, right, for a potential purchase or something. And then I'll get back to you, and we'll talk about it. In fact, there is already a full price point that I have in mind. But what I will say is that if you join the ARCa Bulls trading team, just like here, you can see that these are members that are actually subscribing for example, a month here, 1 month here, right? So if you become an ARCa Bulls member, I will give you half off on this indicator too. Okay, team. So definitely consider that. Get in touch with me at arcabulls@gmail.com and we shall speak. Okay. Now, yeah. So there are closures here in the 5-minute time frame below that EMA 200. I do believe we can get that shift to the upside. We already spoke about those resistances. So we're already breaking a candle here. We're already breaking beneath the inflection. I honestly think that if we start falling beneath the 475.32, then there could be a pretty substantial downside here. And I'm not sure that we can go all the way to 472.26, as this asset has maybe a $4 or $5 average true range on a day. But we may be able to do that. I don't know if I mean that would be saying that we would max out the average true range to the downside with a pullback here to the 475 to 476. So that would probably mark off a complete average true range all the way down to 472. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that it's in the cards, actually. Okay, team. So let me go ahead and leave off here. We know the targets, we know the risk, and we know the positioning. So yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that we're prepared for a trade tomorrow, and make sure to get yourselves into the Discord for the guided plays. All right, team? Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.